Intermittent fasting, or IF, is now a thing. And this is a great thing, actually. The benefits of fasting are clear and manifold, from weight management to metabolic health to autophagy. I'm not going to take you down that rabbit hole of autophagy, though, only to say it is very real and a necessary cleansing process, that fasting is the only way to make this happen. However, with intermittent fasting now trendy, there is also a lot of well-intended but potentially out of context information on the subject. In today's vlog, my hope is to clear up a lot of the potential misconceptions to guide you to higher health and peak performance from intermittent fasting. The first thing I'd like to tackle are all these recent IF programs with highly structured fasting windows and feeding windows. I get it. I know a lot of us need structure. However, such programs often fail to take in critical factors which play into fasting, like the metabolic state of the individual, gender, training type, the volume and level of training, environment, and stress levels like physical, mental, and emotional. For example, here are a couple of examples you can quickly and easily understand why a one-size-fits-all fasting and feeding program is not optimal. Remember, you want optimal. Males and females are different, right? Generally speaking, today's male can fast for longer than today's female. And secondly, a female's fasting windows will vary with her cycle. Those are pretty easy examples to understand. Second, if you are an athlete and training more than 6 hours per week, your fasting window may be considerably shorter than prescribed. If you are over 10 hours a week, it is almost mandatory to adjust your fasting window down to avoid adrenal stress. Overextending fasts during the stress of training can actually backfire and yield exactly the wrong results on a metabolic level. This is, your metabolism turns down, your appetite increases, you overeat when you break a fast, and when you do eat, the body stores as much as it can and keeps that metabolism turned down. And while we're on the subject of fasting, if you are doing fasted workouts, you are actually leveraging the benefits of fasting and building your metabolic capacity. A 12 to 14 hour overnight fast with a 2 to 3 hour morning workout and a late breakfast, early lunch has the benefits of a 24-hour sedentary fast and probably more. Similarly, and probably more realistically, that same 12 to 14 hour overnight fast combined with a 75 to 90 minute workout is the equivalent of an 18 to 20 hour fast. Fasted workouts are cleanses and metabolic capacity builders on steroids. Oh, and one more important thing you need to know. The trivial calories of a black coffee, tea, or Vespa and electrolytes before or during your physical activity do not physiologically break the fast. Number 3 is hydration. And hydration is really important when it comes to seamlessly and successfully fasting. While most people know they need to drink more water when they fast, they do not understand the critical need for the right balance of electrolytes that go hand in hand with hydrating. I think this has to do with the massive messaging about minimizing sodium and salt intake as the quote-unquote villain for causing high blood pressure. In reality, fasting addresses the root cause of high blood pressure, and without appropriate sodium to literally fill the void of the increased plasma volume, you can actually suffer from the keto flu. And the final point is chronic stress, which is another major factor in determining your fasting window. While modern life has removed some very real and very life-threatening stressors from our lives, it has replaced those with sporadic and isolated stressors, which include hundreds of chronic daily mini stressors which ping our cortisol in microdoses, mimicking the same fight or flight physiology to burn glucose, thus defeating one of the main goals of fasting: fat burning. Oh, and it wouldn't be fun fasting this way, because fasting is just one more stressor heaped on the pile of other chronic ones. Here's why. If you have to gut out a fasting window or find yourself hangry or obsessing about food during fasting, many of the benefits are already severely impacted and can actually work against your fasting goals. When any or all of these symptoms occur during a fast, your body is 1. Turning down your metabolism, 2. Shifting into scarcity modality, shifting your physiology from fat release to fat storage. 3. It's turning up that hunger signal. This combination sets you up to overconsume and subsequently store calories rather than burn them. An overextended fasting window not only negates many of the benefits of fasting, but makes fasting even harder. There is a better way, and we've developed it to achieve the metabolic goals of fasting as part of our comprehensive OFM program. However, this requires a deeper dive and individual consideration, which is more than I can address in this vlog post. You can find and learn more about this and other content in our Learning Center. Finally, fasting should not be a metric-driven, stress-filled test of will. It should be a seamless and natural part of living, which is precisely how we approach it.